Something happens when you hit your 40s and 50s. It's subtle at first. You catch a glimpse of yourself in a store window and think, huh, when did that happen? Or maybe you stand up after sitting for a while, and your knees make a new sound. Little hello you don't remember from a few years ago. It's not just about getting older, is it? It feels like we're all part of this grand unfolding mystery. We have all this knowledge, all this technology, but we're still trying to understand the most personal thing of all, our own bodies. What if we could peek behind the curtain? What if we could start to understand the why behind those little aches and changes? Today I want to talk about one of the main characters in that story. It's not some trendy superfood or a secret hack. It's the most common protein in your body, something scientists call collagen. But I like to think of it differently. Forget the scaffolding analogy for a second. Think of collagen as the very fabric of you. It's the supple leather in a new car seat, the resilient frame of a new house. It's what gives our youth its bounce. So what's the first clue in this mystery? Why does that new car feel start to fade? Well, scientists have a map for this. They call it the hallmarks of aging. It sounds very academic, but it's really just a list of the 9 key reasons our bodies change over time. It includes things like tiny bits of damage to our DNA blueprint. In the shortening of our telomeres, think of those as the little plastic tips on your shoelaces that keep them from fraying. But one of the most important hallmarks for what we feel every day is called loss of proteostasis. That's just a scientific way of saying our body's quality control system for proteins gets a little sleepy on the job. And the main protein it struggles with? Collagen. And here's the kicker. Starting in our late 20s, our bodies naturally start producing about 1% less collagen every single year. I know, 1% sounds like nothing. But I'm 52, and I can tell you after a couple of decades, that 1% really starts to add up. It's why our skin doesn't snap back like it used to, and why our joints might feel a bit more talkative in the morning. This isn't a personal failing. It's a fundamental process of being human. But this is why I'm so excited to talk about this today. Understanding the process is the first step to supporting our bodies through it. Now, for my favorite part of the story. It sounds like something from a movie, but I promise you, it's real science. Have you heard of zombie cells? The official name is cellular senescence. Think about it like this. In your body, you have trillions of cells, and most of them are team players. When they get old or damaged, they politely take themselves out of the game. It's a clean process, but some cells, they glitch. They forget the rules. They become senescent. They don't die, but they don't work properly either. They just hang around like rowdy squatters. And these zombie cells are not quiet neighbors. Oh, they pump out inflammatory signals that can damage the healthy cells around them. And what's one of their favorite things to mess with? They create an environment that literally degrades our collagen. It's like they're actively working to unravel the very fabric of us. To me, this discovery is a complete game changer in how we think about aging. So, this leads to the million-dollar question, right? If we're losing it, can we just take more collagen? I'll be honest. For a long time, I was skeptical. Thought, you eat it, you digest it, that's it. But the science has gotten much more interesting. Researchers are now focused on what's called hydrolyzed collagen, or collagen peptides. It's collagen that's been pre-digested, in a way broken down into smaller pieces that are easier for our bodies to absorb. Now, the research here is still evolving, but some studies are suggesting that these peptides can get into our bloodstream. The idea is that they might act as little messengers, signaling to our own cells, hey, wake up, we need to build more of this stuff. For example, some clinical trials have suggested a link between taking collagen peptides and improvements in skin hydration and elasticity. Other studies have associated them with better joint comfort. Notice my words, suggested, associated with. This is not a magic pill, but it's promising research that's giving us a new way to think about supporting our bodies from the inside out. And I'm genuinely curious about this. What have you heard about collagen? Have you tried it? What questions do you have? Drop a comment down below. Let's talk about it. This is a conversation, and everyone's experience adds to our collective understanding. Of course, this is the perfect moment for our most important reminder. I'm a science communicator, not a doctor. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Please, before you start any new supplement or change your routine, have a conversation with a qualified healthcare professional who knows you and your personal health history. That is the most important step of all, because really a supplement is just one tool in a very large toolbox. The real foundational work comes from our daily choices protecting the incredible body we already have. We all know the big enemy of collagen, too much sun. I think of UV radiation as a wrecking ball for our skin's fabric. A good broad-spectrum sunscreen is honestly the best anti-aging product you can buy. It's not about vanity, it's about health. We also know that things like smoking or a diet overloaded with sugar can accelerate that unraveling process. But let's focus on the positive. What can we add? Think about foods rich in vitamin C. I'm talking about oranges, bell peppers, strawberries, broccoli. Vitamin C is essential. Your body literally cannot build collagen without it. It's like trying to build a brick wall without mortar. Yes. So, a diet full of colorful fruits and vegetables is doing more than you think. It's providing the very building blocks your body needs. So, when we put all these clues together, the mystery of our internal clock, zombie cells, the emerging science of peptides, and the power of our lifestyle, a new picture emerges. We're not just passive passengers on this journey of aging, we're the drivers. We have more agency than we thought. The science from respected institutions like the National Institute on Aging in Harvard is starting to give us a roadmap. It's showing us that we can support our bodies, protect our fabric, and maybe even quiet down those noisy zombie cells. This isn't about trying to look 25 again. For me, it's about feeling strong, capable, and vibrant. It's about being able to say yes to a hike, to keep up with my kids or grandkids, to feel good in my own skin for all the years to come. That's not just wishful thinking anymore. That is a future we can actively build. If this conversation was helpful, and you want to keep exploring the science of healthy aging with me, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you won't miss our next investigation.